All right, so just want to demo this real quick, TableauSync. Hopefully we'll be having onboarding some testers here very soon. On the left, I have my local environment that's connected to cloud, a sandbox cloud, and on the right, I am remotely connected to another machine, just so that we can see changes between two different machines. So first, I'm going to grab a new workbook, which I'm also referring to as a repository here. And just grab Super Bowl outcomes 67 to 2019. It's going to download that workbook, and if it's a TWBX, it will unzip it, so it will create the data portion and the TWB portion of a TWBX, and that way we can monitor, view the XML. I will click this, and let's go right into updating the workbook. I'll open Tableau Desktop. And let's go to that file. So I want to open the TWB and then tell it to find, or where to find the extract again. Since those were separated out from the TWBX, it needs to know where the data portion was saved. I'm just going to widen this, see if we can get this to show better. There we do. So that's a change. That would be a change. And there's a workbook. I'll rename teams. Let's do teams there, and then maybe I'll create new sheet. And I'm going to hit save and hide Tableau. And we can see over here on the left all the changes that came through. They're kind of hidden here, but if I click through, I can see a lot of these were formatting changes that are just making certain changes within the XML, like forces other changes that might not seem related, but they are there. But the major changes we made, it has added the worksheet new sheet, and then this says added worksheet teams because it was a rename. It looks at that, like removed the old worksheet, which was sheet 20, and then added teams, which is the rename. And then on the dashboard, we get all this information, which the major thing was upping the size of the dashboard. And there are instances where this can be viewed like graphically, where the changes can be viewed like moving sheets around and things in a dashboard. So now that we're there, I'll close Tableau Desktop. Then the next step would be to commit. That is going to prepare the changes that were made for merging back into the original, which is on cloud. So I'll just put a note in here that I resize dashboard, added sheet, and I'll commit those changes. Okay, what that does is create a notification that like there's a pull request that can be made. The pull request is the portion of the process where the changes that have been staged or committed are will be merged into the original workbook on cloud. One thing that can be done, you can use different environments. So if you're going to use this for promotion from like development to stage to prod, then that's all within the ability of the platform to configure. So I'm going to tell it when I'm about to do a pull request on the dev branch. And so when I do that, I want it to work with any workbook that I have in this project. So anytime I publish to the dev branch, it will overwrite the workbook that's in this project on cloud. I'll save that. Go to the pull request. So source branch is dev, and I want the target to be dev as well. And just put resizing here. easy. Create the pull request. So that creates it, and then I open that, and this like gives you all the information, things that are going to happen, and it's actually pulled from the API information about the workbook that is existing. So showing that it was last updated September, and that was also looks like it was about the original date of it as well. Just some notifications that this is going to overwrite the workbook with the changes that were made. You have to explicitly check that you are approving that. And so once you get through all that, then click the merge. All right, we're going to try this. Merge and publish. After we fix the little data source issue. Then there we have the success message, the PR, which was named resizing. Then if we go to the build manifest, we can see all the changes that were made within that PR, all the detail still there. Then let's look at, the actual workbook. We can see that was a Super Bowl, February 20, 4:55 a.m. And then, all right, then let's go back to this side. Let's see if all of that is available here. So we have the build manifest. It looks like this needs to be updated, but other than that, it looks like it has the information. So what would happen on this side now, knowing that there was a merge, then the user on this machine would do a pull of those changes, and those would merge in with any workbook that they have been working on. But yeah, hopefully we can get a few more things tightened up and get some individuals checking us out. But thanks for watching. Good night.